Welcome everybody back to another video. I'm kind of nervous today. We're gonna be, you gotta face your fears sometimes, and we're facing our fears today because we're gonna be doing an engine bay cleaning on my own car, my Corolla, my baby girl, Selena, for Selena Gomez, my first ever childhood crush. And yeah, we're basically gonna do a engine bay detail today using some new stuff I just got. We got the new quiver gun, which is super cool. Obviously, you guys know about the pop out for the automatic quick connect, super cool. And then we're gonna be using solution today, diluted 1:1 in a sprayer bottle here that I have already pre-diluted for you guys. So we got that 1:1. I've seen a lot of videos. I just want to try it out on my own car before I actually start offering it as a service in my mobile detailing business. So I really want to just get familiar with it. I'm gonna probably do my car, most of the family's cars, and just see like the process. Like, do I like it? How confident am I in doing it? Because it is pretty scary, I'm not gonna lie. Just think of the fact that it might not turn back on. I mean, you just gotta follow the right steps. So that's what we're gonna do today. I've seen probably 9-10 videos of different YouTubers that are detailers and doing engine bay cleaning. So what I'm gonna do is basically combine everything I've learned from everyone's videos that I've watched, and kind of do my process of how I'm gonna do it today. So there is 2 things I'm gonna cover up. Well, I guess technically 4, but it's 2 things. But we have the alternator, which I'm going to cover up with a microfiber towel. I've seen 3-4 videos and they've covered it up, so I want to be safe. We're going to make sure that the alternator is covered up with a microfiber towel. I do have aftermarket LEDs on here, so I will be wrapping the little cables and like the plugs themselves with like another microfiber towel. So there's this side and that side, so that's why there's like 4. So yeah, we're going to basically wrap up the alternator, and then I'm going to basically put solution, spray it on the surface first, then foam it on, and then contact brush and stuff like that, get all into the crevices and stuff like that. Then we're gonna rinse it off. Then we're gonna while it's actually still wet, we're gonna spray on Clean and Shine from Shine Supply, and then we're gonna air blow it. And with my Ryobi blower, we're gonna probably just do that and just blow it all out, and then we're gonna rub it in, and then get a nice clean engine bay, nice dialed in. So that's the process we're gonna go for today. Hopefully it works. We're gonna be trying out a new foam cannon recommended by Keeve from his YouTube channel. So this is not the exact same one. I believe the one he was saying was like a different brand, but it's basically the same exact one. I'm gonna test it out. It's basically like the Raincovo. It's just a see-through version, which is gonna be pretty cool. So this is the foam cannon we're gonna be using today. Just want to test out a new foam cannon. You know, who doesn't like foam cannons? Again, me and the Raincovo are not really on talking terms right now. So yeah, I just decided to get a knockoff Raincovo. But here it is. It's basically like an MJJC. I liked it. It's clear. So basically the same thing as Raincovo, just clear. So that's really why I wanted to buy it, because now you can really see the color of your soap in there. I like the Raincovo. It worked really great. I love it when it did work. This cap just doesn't work. I actually bought a replacement cap, and it's supposed to get here soon. So we'll see if that fixes it. But yeah, we're gonna set up this best. It's called Best You foam cannon. So yeah, solution, then some soap on top of it. Scrub everything down, rinse it all off. The reason why I don't want to do the foam rinse foam method on here is because I really feel like I'm too afraid to put that much soap and water. I don't want to over exaggerate it, so I just want to do one type of rinse and foam over. In my opinion, that this seems safer, so we'll see how it actually goes. But yeah, let me know your guys' recommendations down below. What do you guys do to clean engine bays? Do you do foam rinse foam? Do you just not rinse it at all? Do you just spray on a cleaner and then just do it by hand and not even use a pressure washer? Like, what do you guys do? Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, we're gonna face our fears today and get this all dialed in. So let's get the foam cannon ready, and then we're gonna get started on the cleaning. So I really hope my car starts. All right, so here's the new foam cannon. We're gonna fill it up to 1,000 milliliters right here. Sorry, right there. It's right at about 1,000, and then we're gonna put a little bit of Quiver Rogue in there so you guys can see how much I would put in. That's probably enough. I don't know how much that was, but that was a nice little. That was like a glug or something, but. Yeah, so we're gonna put a foam cannon, a little straw in there. I haven't cut it down, so it might be a little bit too long. This is literally my first time ever screwing the cap on, putting any liquid in there. So the problem I had with the Raincovo, which this one doesn't seem to do it, is that when I would screw it on, it was kind of uneven. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this one looks like it's pretty even on there. The Raincovo, as you guys can see, is like the exact same body style. Everything's the exact same, basically. It's just clear, so that's the only difference, really. And then the color, I guess, is blue and white, which I kind of prefer. It's kind of like Dodgers colors, so pretty cool to me. And then we're going to shake this up, and we're going to use this as our foam that's going to be helping the solution dwell onto the surface of the vehicle. So let's get started on spraying on solution, then we spray on the foam cannon. We're going to do our contact with some brushes, and then we're going to rinse it all off and then do the dressing as well. So let's get started. All right, so for the agitation, we're actually going to use the brush that we got from Shine Supply's wheel cleaning kit. So it's a large detail brush. It's the boar hair, so it's a little bit stiffer than like your synthetic brushes, which should be nice for this surface to agitate. So yeah, we're gonna use this brush. I totally forgot one other step. I need to get the microfiber towels to cover up the alternator and the light, so let's go do that real quick. All right, so we got 3 towels right here. We're gonna use 1 for the alternator and then the other 2 for the lights. So I'm gonna show you guys here me doing the alternator. Let's bring the tripod down so you see the alternator down right here. So let's tilt it down a little bit so you guys can see what I'm actually gonna do. So I'm probably gonna take this microfiber towel. This is like a Grant's one. You can see it's pretty dirty. I use it for the wheels, so we're just gonna use that to cover it up and make sure we just at least cover it, because it's gonna get a little bit wet probably. And in my opinion, like I was like, when I see people do engine bay details, I'm like, dang, like that's a lot of water. But then in my head I was like, I mean, it rains a lot. I mean, not out here in Southern California, but just in general with cars. So I was like, it should be fine as long as you don't act like direct the gun at it, right? I think it should be fine, in my opinion, at least. I don't know. I mean, that's how a lot of people think as well. So alternator's covered up. Now we're gonna go ahead and cover up my LED lights that have like the little aftermarket little wiring. So I'm kind of just gonna be cautious about that. So I'm gonna tape that up, or not tape it up, but I could tape it up maybe too. The wires that are exposed, maybe just tape that up. But I'm just going to put a little microfiber towel to kind of protect it from getting a little bit wet. I mean, I'm assuming they get somewhat wet when it's raining out, but I just want to be safe, you know? Yeah, it doesn't hurt to be safe. So we got that one all covered up. And then we're going to go ahead and do the other side as well, and then we'll get started. So I'm going to just basically show you guys let's just get started. All right, now that everything's covered up, now we're gonna go ahead and spray some solution. Preferably, I would like to have this like a mist, but it's not really misting. So we're just gonna spray it on there. I'm already scared, to be honest. I'm already scared, but we're gonna go ahead and get this done. And also, the car is not hot. It's been sitting here for like an hour. I came home from the gym, started making some food, and we're just like, let's just knock this out. I've been afraid for too long. So let's just try it out. And I hope you guys can enjoy my honesty. You know, I've been pretty scared to try this out, but that should be good. I think a lot of it looks pretty soaked on. And now we're gonna get the foam cannon with the soap so it can let it sit and dwell. I'm assuming like 3 to 5 minutes. Maybe, you know what? We're gonna just do this together. So here we go. My first time using the Best View foam cannon. Let's see how this works. I don't think I put enough soap in it. It looks a little bit too runny. But you see that? It's like dripping out the end. I think something seems off. We're spraying on one side, and we're gonna come to this side so we get the direction of this. Then we're gonna go to this side so I get the foam from here. And I think that's it. So we're gonna let that sit on there for like a minute or two. I learned that from DIY Detail and Josh V when they were doing they were showing their tips on how to do engine bay cleaning. They went from one side to the other. Now I think they foamed it twice. I'm not gonna do that. I just feel like there's too much water. I feel like you don't need that much water. And to be honest, in my opinion, I feel like, at least on this car, because it's like a 2012 Corolla, I don't really fear like scratching anything. So maybe that's their fear, is like maybe like those higher end sports racing cars kind of thing. You kind of don't want to you want to foam rinse foam to get as much layer of the dirt off. But me personally, I just wanted to be safe. This is an older car, so maybe the wiring is not the best or whatever. I'm just kind of making my own excuses, but yeah. Anyways, now we're gonna go ahead and get our detail brush and start agitating the surface right now, if I can find it. I don't know where it's at. All right, found the brush finally. It's been sitting there for like a minute. Found the brush. I'm actually gonna foam my brush as well because I want to have a little bit wet. Oh, I totally forgot, guys. Totally forgot to do this undercarriage thing, or like the hood. We'll spray it on there real quick. A little bit of solution on there. And I just realized I'm gonna have to wash my car again, so I'm kind of mad. All right, now it looks like we're in business, ready to get. I'm not gonna lie, guys. My heartbeat is like kind of increasing right now, as I'm just doing more foam and water and moisture. I'm kind of scared. We're just gonna get through this. All right, we're gonna get through this together. All right, so we got our little brush here. Now, I think you can use like a fender wheel brush. I think I do have one. I don't know where it's at. Maybe it would have been, oh, I found it. I found it, guys, I found it. Oh my God, I found it. Okay, let me foam it on real quick. So I found my little fender brush. We're actually gonna make sure that I foam it on as well. I probably should have had a bucket with me. And I do have a bucket, I just don't have it on me. All right, let's get started with the top part of the hood, or there we go, boom, here we go. Now you're in frame. I didn't show you guys me spraying it on, but yeah, we got it on there. So let's agitate this surface. And this is not, there's no carpeted surface, so it should be easy to clean. So yeah, we're just gonna basically agitate this whole surface and then rinse it all off. Like, the concept of engine bay cleaning seems easy, but it's just scary, the fact that you're wetting like a bunch of compartments and wires, and obviously they understand, like the car manufacturers can obviously know it rains in the world, so they probably like, I don't know, they obviously make some of this stuff not waterproof, but like they understand people are going to be driving in the rain. So gonna get all of this. Might have to come back. I'm just gonna get the big pieces with this. We're gonna come back with the detail brush if I don't drop it. So yeah, we're gonna hit up all this, get into the nooks and crannies with the detail brush that I can't reach with this brush. You want to go ahead and rinse it all off after we're done. So let's go in with the little small detail brush. All right, now I'm gonna angle you guys down real quick. Bang, now we're in shot. We're in frame here. And we're just gonna go to town on everything that I can get my hands on with this brush. So hopefully this is gonna come out good. I mean, it's definitely looking cleaner. Okay, this is like super dirty. And one thing I feel like is kind of hard is like getting into every area is kind of hard. I mean, I know you have like a little brush, but it still seems like really difficult to get into some of these areas, but we're gonna get it done. All right, everything looks like it's been touched at least with the brush. So now we're gonna go ahead and rinse it off. I may have missed some spots that are like too deep that you can't really see, but let's see how it goes. So let's rinse off the top first. Okay, I'm terrified right now. I'm so scared. It's smoking. Something's smoking, guys. Oh my God, I'm freaking out. Maybe because it's still warm. Maybe something's still hot. Please be the reason. I'm freaking out. All right, so we're gonna spray some Clean and Shine on while it's still wet. Where is it at? Clean and Shine. Okay, so we're gonna use Clean and Shine from Shine Supply because this is one of the videos I saw. They used it as a dressing. I don't really have any other type of dressing, so the way they showed it was they just kind of spray it on everywhere, let it sit for a little bit, and then they're gonna blow dry it. And then as you blow dry, it's gonna kind of dry into the surface. So that should be good enough to get it nice and dressed. I mean, it looks way cleaner than before, but it's also like wet. Now, I think I messed up because yes, okay, so I drove. I may or may not have lied, guys. All right, I did drive, like I said, on my way back home from the gym, and as you guys can see, it's kind of staining right here. Like it kind of faded like. I think because the car was still kind of warm, not hot, it was warm, and I sprayed solution straight on it, and I think it kind of maybe faded the plastic. Or you guys see that? Like it's got that little bit of a like gray to it, not really black. I don't know. We'll see if that rubs in with the Clean and Shine. But I'm gonna get the blower now and blow it off, and then we're gonna come back and buff it off with a microfiber towel. So I'm gonna blow it off with my Ryobi blower real quick. It's gonna be very loud, so I might mute this part, but let's get to blowing. All right, got a pretty good amount of it dry. We're gonna come back with a microfiber. This microfiber is one of those that I use for like the tires and stuff, but it's clean. So it has a little bit of staining on it, but it's gonna be fine for this job. So we're just gonna rub it in. It is still like a little bit wet, but I think that's fine just to help spread the product out a little bit. And this is gonna bring like that rich kind of like, make sure the plastics are all really nice and a nice like shine and gloss of black, kind of rejuvenate the plastics. So I really like, oh my days, guys, this looks so cool. That's the one thing I have found like super satisfying from engine bay details, is like from how the before and afters look so crazy, especially on like those cars that have never been engine bay cleaned like mine. So I am gonna start the car once I'm done, you know, fully with this. So I'm gonna be doing a test, making sure my car still works. So yeah, a lot of like these hoses, I didn't really clean too well. It was one thing I noticed. I for sure didn't clean that well. That's another thing I was scared about, is the battery. I was like, but I've seen like multiple people just spray it right on top of it, and I kind of gained my confidence from seeing other people do that. So that was one thing I was afraid of, but I feel like we should be all right. Okay, one thing I'm noticing though, I think I should have let the Clean and Shine sit a little bit longer, because the video I saw from Shine Supply, they let it sit for literally like an hour. The guy said he went to lunch. The owner, Steven from Shine Supply, the owner's son, it's his video, and he basically sprayed Clean and Shine and let it sit for like, he went to go have lunch. He said like an hour later, he came back to buff it off, which is kind of insane. So maybe I should have let an hour. Mine was only like a minute or two. So that's kind of on me, because I could see it's already starting to dry up, and it just looks like a regular like gray plastic instead of like that dark rich black that's right here. So might have to come back. I think I'm gonna just let it dry. Let's just dry the whole car first, and then we'll worry about that. Maybe we'll add a little bit more Clean and Shine and let it sit into the paint or into the plastics for a little bit longer, because that was probably my fault. I know it is an interior dressing, but they also use it for the engine bay, which is pretty cool. So I'm gonna show you guys the finished product once it's all dry. So let's fast forward when it's dry. All right, so it's basically done. I already removed one of the towels. I'm gonna remove the one from the alternator. It's not that wet. It's a little bit wet, but not bad. And then we'll remove the other one as well from the headlights. And that one doesn't look that bad either. So I'm going to go ahead and try to wipe just manually the alternator, because I feel like it's going to be the one part that's like actually kind of a little dusty and dirty, because I still didn't really get down into it, because obviously it was covered and I want to soak it. So I'm going to show you guys a close-up shot real quick after I'm done just getting a little. Honestly, guys, it's not that perfect. I would say it's like 60%, 70% of a job. But for my first time, I was honestly just more nervous of not over-wetting it and like letting it, I don't know. I was kind of nervous. It's my first time, but I think we did a decent job. Not a great job. Like this, I could see like I didn't really clean all up in here in these little grooves. So maybe you can clean it up with a towel. But to be honest, I think it looks way better than before. So that's, we pretty much did like a nice little improvement to it. It looks a lot better. 100% looks better, but it looks about 80% clean, maybe 60, 75 around there. So not the best, but again, first time, it's not terrible. And it looks like we did a decent job. I mean, all the way down there, it's kind of hard to really get super dialed in, because you can't really reach a lot of these places. But I think I need to do a better job with the hoses. I definitely didn't do the best job with the hoses. I need to get to all the little nooks right here in the corners. So that's something I can improve on for sure. But I think we're at a spot where it's decently dry right now. Let's see if my car starts. That's the real test. All right, we're gonna go inside now. Please work. Then we're gonna check if there's any engine lights too. Let's see. All right. Okay, car's on. Okay, I mean the car's on. It didn't sound funny. Nothing sounded crazy. All right, the car's running. It looks a lot cleaner. Not 100% like I said, but it looks cleaner. So I'm gonna show you guys the little overhead view of what it looks like. Again, it's not even 100% dry, but it's definitely looks a lot better. Down there, it's kind of hard to really get dialed in, but this looks like a massive improvement. It's a little faded. Maybe I should let like the dressing sit a little bit longer. I think that's what I needed to do, but it looks way better. Like way, way better, guys. All right, so all in all, I feel like for the first engine bay detail, I give myself a pass, okay? Not the best job. I still think I could have done better with the hosing, cleaning that up, a little bit of the corners here and there. But maybe we'll leave that for another video. Maybe I'll look at some more videos, do a different method. But for right now, I think this is pretty solid. I'm pretty happy. I gotta go eat. I wanna watch the Dodger game. So we got that to do. And I'm just gonna dry off my car because I really don't wanna wash the whole thing. I do wanna do a rinseless wash, but we'll do that in another video as well. Let me know what kind of videos you guys wanna see. What kind of other products I test out. What kind of other details you guys wanna see. My next few videos I wanna make is one on engine bay detail. Oh, I already did it. Wheel acid and some other details. But for right now, that's gonna be it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Adios.